Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're talking directly to you, C-suite and enterprise leaders. We're going to go ahead and skip the usual AI hype right now and jump straight into the hard data. We're looking at a quick overview of the KPMG Global AI Pulse for Q2 2026, and the overarching theme here? It's all about the pragmatic shift.
Okay, let's just dive right into this because we're starting with arguably the absolute toughest question in business right now. You've bought the tools, you've launched the pilots, you've made all the big announcements, but is your AI actually paying off? Section 1, the new AI reality.
So since the first quarter of this year, AI adoption has just accelerated at breakneck speed. But here's the catch. As enterprise deployment really speeds up, proving the true bottom-line financial worth of these investments, well, that's getting pretty difficult. Think about this number. 76% of senior leaders say AI is currently delivering meaningful business value. We're talking things like productivity gains or, better, faster decision-making. But let's pivot for a second. Because while recognizing that general value is totally widespread, establishing actual, measurable financial ROI, that is a much, much higher bar.
Which brings us to Section 2, the accountability differentiator.
Now, what's really interesting here is how you actually clear that ROI bar. It really comes down to one secret sauce: clear governance and operational accountability. There's a massive gap in the data. Organizations that have clearly defined executive accountability for their AI outcomes, they're reporting established ROI at 14%. Compare that to just 4% for those without it. That's a staggering 3 times difference in return on investment. Literally a 3x multiplier simply by clarifying who's actually in charge.
But please, whatever you do, don't confuse sponsorship with accountability. Because 75% of leaders say their CEO actively owns AI as a strategic priority. And, that level of executive sponsorship is great. It's absolutely crucial. But the reality is, true operational accountability for those day-to-day outcomes, it actually remains dangerously fragmented across different teams and departments.
Moving right along to Section 3, managing AI economics.
So that fragmentation directly impacts our next reality check, which is that operating costs are rapidly becoming a major challenge as these systems scale up. In fact, there's a very real sense of urgency right now. Nearly half of organizations, 49% to be exact, are actively tapping the brakes. They're rephasing, they're delaying, or they're just scaling back their AI rollouts. And why? Precisely because the expected costs have actually started to outweigh the anticipated value. So, the crucial point is this. Economic visibility is literally everything. Organizations that have full visibility into their AI operating costs are 5 times more likely to report established ROI than those who are essentially guessing. 5 times! It's like the old saying goes, you simply cannot manage what you cannot measure.
And that leads us to Section 4, turning adoption into value.
This is really the moment where we have to shift our organizational mindset. We have to move from merely deploying AI to actually executing real, measurable business outcomes. And KPMG's data gives us 3 bottom-line steps to make that happen. First up, prioritize long-term value by building a resilient infrastructure. Second, clarify that accountability so you know exactly who owns the outcomes, and honestly, who owns the risks too. And third, build that economic visibility so you can actually scale sustainably without those runaway costs. So, I'm going to leave you with this final thought to reflect on for your own organization. Do you have full visibility into your AI operating costs, or are you driving blind? Thanks for joining us for this explainer, and we'll catch you on the next one.